Welcome to DML Discovery Metal Legion. It is the last video of 2022 and it is the top 20 black metal albums of 2022. Did a poll, I did top 20, top 30, top 40, top 50, or even top 100. You guys wanted to see my top 20, so granted there are going to be a lot of albums that you guys love that won't make it on the list. Here are my 20 albums that I fucking adored over the past year. What a really good year of black metal. But I just feel that 2020, 2 years ago and even last year, was a better black metal year in my opinion. This year in black metal was very good. I have managed to create a top 50 black metal album list, but I only have to do 20. So before I start, pop your favorite black metal albums down below and let's get on with it. Coming in at number 20 is Widget Dude and the album There's Always Blood at the End of the Road. Widget Dude are a Belgian band. This album was released on January 14th, 2022, so earlier this year, nearly a year old. So overall, this album is very good. I just love the searing guitars on this and how aggressive and emotional this LP is as well. Not to mention the vocals sound like something out of a fucking high pressure hose. The vocals are absolutely mental. There's some cool riffs on it, really good atmosphere as well. And that's why Widget Dude, There's Always Blood at the End of the Road is sitting at number 20. If you want some dark, atmospheric, epic, symphonic black metal up your sphincter, definitely check out Witcher and the album they released, Lala Koran. Which are a Hungarian black metal band, and they do play around with a lot of synths within their albums. There's some great albums within the discography. I also reviewed Lala Koran on my channel, but this album is absolutely fantastic. Low register guitar work in the production, but the vocals are quite high within the mix, but you get some beautiful enchanting instrumentals that will create this epic atmosphere. At times it feels like you're walking into Mordor or you're walking into a battle, but The Witcher has some beautiful layers upon layers of atmosphere and the production is absolutely fantastic. This album was released on October 15th, 2022, so a recent one, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's easily one of the best epic black metal albums of this year. Next up we head to Norway. It's none other than Dark Fortress and the album Astral Fortress. Has really changed their sound throughout this LP. Seen in the later years, they have really transitioned to a sort of doom metal band, and this album is no exception. There's a lot of doom-laden riffs on this, a lot of doom-laden atmosphere, some really good songs like Stellamine, Lekalace, what a great song that is, Impeccable Canvas of Satan. The vocals are more on the black metal edge, but the instrumentals are very doomy and gloomy. It's got a really nice atmosphere, good layers in the production, and overall, Darkthrone Astral Fortress deserves to be in, I hope I didn't say Dark Fortress Astral Fortress, but yeah, Darkthrone Astral Fortress is a very good album for 2022, and this is why it's high. So now we move on to more atmospheric black metal, a Russian black metal band. Now we've got none other than Grima. They've released an album called Frostbitten. This album's fantastic. The melodies are really good on this. This album was released on July 29th. Overall, really good atmosphere. Do love the shimmering guitar work on this and love the vocals as well. The vocals are very harsh and aggressive and shrieky at times. And this album does tell a story. Some beautiful melodies that do intertwine with the overall concept of the album. And yeah, it's just really good. Nice layered atmosphere. Just great epic moments as well. Moonspell and Grief, what a fucking banger that is. Winter Morning Tower, love the guitar work on this. Giant Eternal Sleep. Very good album overall, and it's easily one of the best of 2022. Now we head over to the US. It's none other than Izthmi and the album This World Leaving It All Behind. This album was released on March 4th, 2022. The only reason why I heard this album was because of the album cover. The album cover is absolutely amazing. It looks like some witch is upon a cliff, just thinking the life decisions she has made. Overall, it's a very good album. It's got some few traditional folky elements on this album and some really nice, beautiful acoustic laid guitar. Very dynamic and well approached, and some really good songs. Some songs are quite long, around about 10 minutes, like The Shadows of Disillusionment. Love the guitar work on that, and Leaving It All Behind. It's as if I were, just when they do incorporate those folkier elements. But at times, it does have elements of progressive, especially with the odd time signatures. But overall, production's very good. Definitely check it out. Now we head over to Sweden, and it's none other than Watain, and that album, The Agony and Ecstasy of Watain. This is a really good album. First of all, the album cover looks fucking sick. I just really enjoy looking at the album cover. But yeah, this is a hard, aggressive black metal album. Watain sounds so damn aggressive on this. Got songs like Saramosa, Black Cunt, Leper's Grace, songs that will just blow your balls off. It's absolutely incredible. Funeral Winter is another batshit crazy song, and Sepultrian to fucking end off the album. The guitar work's really good. The vocals are just so damn sinister. Watain, The Agony, Ecstasy, and Watain is absolutely fantastic. This was released on April 29th, just a day before my birthday, and what a birthday present I got. Next up, we headed to the US. We were looking at Cailleach Calling, and that album, Dreams of Fragmentation. This album was released on March 11th. I gave this album a chance. First of all, the album cover looks absolutely fucking horrific. Absolutely horrific. It doesn't even look like black metal. But when I heard this album, it was so good. The vocals are female by Chelsea Murphy. There's some great melodies, and it is post-black metal with a hint of progressive elements. The vocals are just shrieky, and they do sound black metal. The cool tremolo pickings on this, just bombastic blast beats. You got some beautiful somber soft moments like Cascading Waves. Cascading Waves is one of my favorite songs of the album, just because the first half of Cascading Waves doesn't sound anything like black metal, but it hits you with a 6 at the 10-minute mark, I think, when the whole fucking song just transforms into a sudden war of black metal. And yeah, Dreams of Fragmentation, a very good post-black metal album. Definitely check it out if you want some beautiful, clean vocals transitioned into such demonic, aggressive vocals. Definitely check it out. Beautiful melodies that do intertwine within the album. Good dynamics as well. So yeah, definitely check out. Really good production. Next up again, we head over to Sweden. It's none other than Lord Belial and the album Rapture. Now, what can I say? What a great album. I didn't think Lord Belial was going to release another fantastic album like this, but yeah, this is Lord Belial's best album in like 20 years. This is up there to Into the Moonlight Gate. Not as high as Into the Moonlight Gate, but yeah, it's easily one of the best. The vocals are just amazing. The guitar work is just amazing, riffy as anything. The riffs on this do get stuck in your head. It's also atmospheric as well, melodic, tuneful. Great songs like Rapture, Belial, Destruction, Belial Gods. How good is that song? It's just such a fun black metal album. It really is, and I fucking love it. This album was released on May 27, 2022, and holy shit, Alpha and Omega is a great song. Lamentations, like every single song I'm seeing right here, are absolute bangers. And Infinite Darkness and Death, what a great song that is. But yeah, great melodic black metal albums of this year. So I had to choose one Déha album. He released like 3 albums this year. This Belgium one-man band released a new album called Averses. Over the past year, he's released Decadence, which only had 2 tracks, and each song was 20 minutes. He released Averses, which is in my best black metal albums, but I just feel that Averses is just horrific, atmospheric black metal. This was released on April 1st, 2022, and there's a lot of hints on Burzum, beautiful dungeon synth moments as well. The last track sounds very similar to something out like Burzum, but yeah, you got songs like Ruli, Misan, Deprin, Ed Sobriety. They're more on the atmospheric black metal. The guitar work's fantastic, the vocals are just so damn good. Déha is such a diverse individual. He's created doom metal, black metal albums, just everything you can imagine, to be honest. Déha Averses is such a great album, it really is. And Decadence, he released a few months before Averses, was just a fantastic album as well. It had everything in that LP. But yeah, I just feel that Averses is slightly better than Decadence. But yeah, what a fucking banger Averses was. Okay, so now we head over to Ukraine, and it's none other than White Ward and their album False Light. So this album was released on June 17th, 2022. The only reason why I didn't check out this album was because of that album cover. The album cover looks fucking hideous. But Questy told me to listen to it, so I did. And holy shit, this album's fantastic, it really is. But it has dropped a lot of spots over the past few months just because of sometimes you just don't want to listen to this album. Sometimes you just want to listen to this album, it gets stale, if you get what I mean. Like the repetitive factor isn't quite there in my opinion. But there are some really good songs on this, like Leviathan, Salt Paradise, Phoenix, songs like Kronos, False Light, which is like 14 minutes. There's a hint of saxophone on this, hint of orchestral elements. It's just, the vocals are black metal as fuck, they really are. It's what you expect from black metal. It's a really good black metal album, and the melodies just are infectious at times, infectious riffs from these guitars, and the bass work is quite prominent within the mix. Really good production on this. Some great atmospheric post-black metal. More on the post-black metal side, but yeah, White Ward, False Light, just a terrific album in 2022. So we fly over to Portugal now. Next up is Gaerea and their album Mirage, and we now have hit the top 10. That's right, the top 10 black metal albums of this year. And overall, this album is so damn good. Now, they do incorporate black and death metal on this, and the vocals are quite lower within the register, but yeah, this album's still fantastic. This band reminds me of Behemoth, except imagine Behemoth on acid. Memoir is a great song. Salve, Arson, songs like Mirage, Lorda, Mantle, infectious songs that really will get stuck in your head. Good guitar work on this, amazing production. The production builds this really unsteady atmosphere, and that's why I love it. This album was released on September 23rd. Deluge is a great song, solos as well you're getting on this. Now we fly over back to Ukraine, and we're talking about Hate Forest and the album Innermost. This album was released on December 21st, so this month. And yeah, what a great album this is. Some really good guitar work on this. Melodies that will get stuck in your head. Vocals are more on the death metal side, lower growls within the register. And yeah, the melodies are quite infectious in tone. Great songs like Those Who Howl Inside the Snowstorm. A Whiteout Silence is great as well. Solitude and Starry December. The riffs on that, the repetitive riffs that really at times will get stuck in your head. Yeah, this is a really good LP, and I do really enjoy Hate Forest stuff. Innermost is no exception. Like the last album, Out of the Centaur, I think that was a very good LP, but Innermost is more melodic, more catchy than the other previous Hate Forest. And overall, Hate Forest Innermost is a quite an addictive album to listen to, especially when you're alone in the dark. A lot of emotion provided throughout this LP, since we know that Ukraine's gone through a lot of shit over the past few months. But yeah, this is the second Ukraine band and on the best black metal albums list. Can you believe it? We got another Ukraine band coming up. Alright, so now I fly over to France. It's none other than Bllut aus Nord and the album Disharmonium Undreamable Abysses. This album was released on May 20th, and holy shit, this is probably one of the most scariest, nightmarish albums I've ever heard in my whole entire life. What a just spiraling head fucks you get listening to this LP. Production is fantastic. This is more of an instrumental album with the vocals quite low within the mix. Eerie murmurs you get throughout Disharmonium Undreamable Abysses. I've heard this album countless times, and it is just a very, very unsettling album to listen to. Definitely listen to it in the dark, in bed, because this album is batshit crazy. This album is batshit scary. Chant of the Deep Ones is what a way to kick off the album. Tales of the Old Dreamer, holy shit. The unsettling drums on this, the unsettling guitar work, and the unsettling vocals makes this album a very unsettling album to listen to. Neptune's Eyes, a great song. That Cannot Be Dreamed, especially the women with the vocals going, you know, stuff like that. Murmurs. Disharmonium Undreamable Abysses by Bllut aus Nord is easily one of the most, probably the most scariest album I've ever heard in my life. Now we go over to the United States and talk about Grand Belial's Key and that album, the Kohanic Charmers. Alright, what can I say? This album was released on April 15th, and I tell you what, some really good black metal on this album. It is brilliant for what it is. I just really do enjoy it. Love the riffs on this, and cool vocal work as well. Oh, this is a very good album. Serpent Bliblency is a great song. Even Prayer Show of the Firstborn Donkey, what a great song that is. And to end off the album, Turbans Nailed to Their Heads. What a really unsettling song that is, but the melodies just want to make you listen to this album over and over again. Overall, this is a very good album, and although ideology aside, separate the art from the artist, this is a very good black metal album with some really good diverse instrumentals on this, different varieties of different black metal genres, atmospheric black metal at times, with even epic black metal mixed with melodic black metal. I mean, it's got everything Kohanic Charmers, and yeah, it's easily one of the best black metal albums on this year. So if you're brave enough, check out Grand Belial's Key. Ladies and gentlemen, we fly over to Finland now. We got none other than an album they just released yesterday, December 30th. It was none other than Satanic Warmaster and the album Aamongandr. What a fantastic album this is. I mean, I was waiting to release this video to Satanic Warmaster release their album, and yeah, I wasn't upset of how good this album was. Amazing melodic moments. The vocals at times do sound like Danny Filth from Corridor Filth. Just a lot of pure emotion throughout this, and this album is a very fun fucking album. But I gotta say, Baddest X Amon reminds us something out of like Burzum. The guitar work, especially the guitar work on it, and especially the drumming as well. It just bleeds Burzum, Baddest X Amon. But yeah, great songs like Berserk Death, The Eye of Satan's fun, but Baphomet has been one of my favorite songs off the album just because of the guitar melody. The guitar melody is amazing. But yeah, Satanic Warmaster Aamongandr is easily one of the best black metal albums of this year. Now we fly over to Georgia. We're talking about Askeesi and their album Genetic Grief. and what a fucking fantastic album this is. I love it. This album goes on about for an hour and a half, and holy shit, there's just so much emotion provided throughout this album. If you like bands such as Agony, Grima, Etheric, all those other cool bands, you're gonna fucking well enjoy this, because this is just bleeds with atmosphere. The overall production at times is quite muddy, but the production creates this atmosphere which you should enjoy if you like black metal. Great songs like Do My Ravens Fly, amazing fucking melodies throughout In the Name of the Mountains. Holy shit, how uplifting and majestic that song is. This album's fucking fantastic, it really is. The melodies just do get stuck in your head. The vocals are just sound like at times like you're grading at a wall. That's how good the vocals are. Ancient Existence, great song. Genetic Grief, which is like 18 fucking minutes. Beautiful guitar work on this. Great drumming. Monotonous Sounds of Emptiness is another really good song. Stolen Life, Siberia. Tombs of Anatori. Amazing songs on this album. And Askeesi Genetic Grief is easily making into my top 5. Holy shit. I've heard this album countless times, and I think it's fucking amazing. Let's fly over to Poland now. We got none other than Sothoris and their album Wpieklowstapienie. Alright, this album was released January 6, 2022, and Sothoris was easily one of my favorite black metal albums since January 6th, and I'll tell you what, it is still one of my favorite black and death metal albums of this year. Sothoris is amazing, they really are. The guitar work's amazing, the vocals are more on the death metal aesthetic than the black metal aesthetic, but yeah, there are some really cool songs on it. Like Opus D has an amazing riff to it, amazing solos throughout this album. This at times reminds you of Balthagor, reminds you of Behemoth, all those black and death metal bands. What can I say? Sothoris is easily one of my favorite black death metal albums of the year. There's so much I can talk to you about this album. You just gotta listen to Sothoris to really enjoy this. It's black and death, elements of black metal, and it is just some searing black and death. It really is. If you haven't heard Sothoris, definitely check out Sothoris, because I'll tell you what, they are a terrific band, and honestly I cannot wait until they release another great album. Alright, so now we fly over to Austria, none other than Heidnir and the album Jeseits des Kosmos. If you like bands such as Inquisition, you're gonna, whoa, fucking well enjoy this. The riffs on this are amazing, the vocals are amazing as well. This is just bleeds Inquisition, holy shit. It is such an incredible album. The melodies that really do get stuck in your head. Songs like the Meister's Front Chords, what a fantastic song to kick off the album. The cool riffs on it, oh yeah. This is some great desolate black metal. It's just some vicious black metal as well. There are even some cool orchestral elements throughout this album, some epic moments. It's a very majestic album. The production sounds fantastic, and I fucking love it. I do love how well dynamic this album is as well. There's a lot of black metal for everyone, and it's easily one of the best black metal albums of this year. First of all, the album cover looks fucking amazing. I love the skull. The skull looks like it's part of Saturn or something, and you got some rings around the skull. So interesting sort of album cover. There are some cosmic vibes, and yeah, it's just a complete package. Definitely check out Heidnir Jeseits des Kosmos if you haven't already. Released on March 29th. Holy shit. Heard it again a few weeks ago, and I thought, yep, this is easily one of my favorite black metal albums of this year. Okay, so now we head over to Germany. None other than Timor and Tremor and the album Realm of Ashes. Released on October 28th, 2022, this album is packed with just so many different flavors of black metal and elements, and dabbling into elements of doom metal as well. This album is You gotta hear it to believe it, to be honest, because it has everything you can imagine within black metal and doom metal. It's got some beautiful somber moments upon with some really aggressive and in-your-face moments as well. There is some beautiful cleaner vocals within the mixed with just really harsh and sinister black metal vocals as well. Got songs like 100 Days of Rain, which mixes in between the beautiful blissful moments with the doom metal aesthetics along with the aggressive black metal elements. King of the Lost is such a great song. Catharsis is such an emotional, deep song that really hits hard home for me at the moment. Crown of Bones is an amazing song. And every time I listen to this album, even after the tragedy I've experienced this month, this album hits hard, hits home for me. At times this album reminds me of a bit of Paradise Lost, especially with the vocals that are utilized. But what can I say? Just easily one of the best black metal albums of this year. Such a great album to sink your teeth in. Realm of Ashes, such an emotional ride. Bearer of the Accursed Sands, what a great way to end off the album. The epic moments. The guitar work is amazing. The drum work so damn good. The whole entire production is really good as well. Timor, Tremor, Realm of Ashes. What a great album that is. And ladies and gentlemen, we head to number 1. We fly over to Ukraine now, and no doubt this is going to make it into my number 1 favorite black metal album of the year. It's none other than Drudkh, All Belong to the Night. This was released on November 11th, 2022, and holy shit, I've played this album countless times. I've lost count how many times I've played this album. What a great atmospheric black metal album it is, quite melodic. The guitar work sounds very similar to, well, what Drudkh sounds with the guitar. Like Drudkh with their guitar tone sounds nothing like any other black metal band out there. The vocals are amazing as well. Just the really cool solos you were getting on this album. And I'll tell you what, All Belong to the Night is just a fucking banger. There are folkier elements on this. It reminds me of Blood in Their Wells, to be honest, this album. Just the really cool vibes. My cat is under my feet. Hello, darling. But anyway, yeah, just, whoa. This is a great album. I absolutely love it. I've lost some words how good this LP is, to be honest. And Drudkh All Belong to the Night, even the shit they've gone through in Ukraine, there's just pure emotion they're providing throughout this album, and just how dynamic this album is. Such a finely calibrated album. Production's phenomenal. Some great atmospheric black metal up your sphincter. But definitely check out All Belong to the Night by Drudkh. And Drudkh All Belong to the Night is my favorite black metal album of this year. And Timor and Tremor was incredibly close, along with Sothoris and Askeesi and even Satanic Warmaster. But I gotta say that Drudkh All Belong to the Night was just a pubic hair away from the others, and easily is the winner for the best black metal albums of the year. So yeah, let me know in the comments below your favorite black metal albums down below. There's a lot of bands I forgot, like Goods for Lad. Ow! Did you have to scratch my leg, you little bastard? But yeah, anyway, I forgot Goods for Lad. Goods for Lad's amazing albums as well. There's just so many amazing black metal bands this year. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below your favorite black metal albums down below. And I will see you in the next one. Happy New Year!